Hey friends, welcome back. We are about to make a big mess today in the kitchen. If you caught our last live stream that we did, we set out to make some breakfast sausage, and we started out with about a 6 or 7 pound pork butt that we ground up. We added some various ingredients to it and we tried to cook it up, and I didn't really care for how it tasted, so I'm on a quest to find the perfect breakfast sausage recipe. So what I've done is we still have about 5 or 6 pounds of that ground pork left over from the other day when we ground it all up. No seasoning, nothing in it. It's been ground one time through the coarse plate in our LEM grinder. And today I started doing some research when I got home from work. What I've done is, you guys might laugh at me and think I'm crazy here, but I went out on the internet and I found 12 different recipes for breakfast sausage. I took all of the ingredients that were in each recipe, converted it all to 1 pound batches, because what we're going to do is we're going to split this off into 1 pound batches. Converted all the ingredients into a 1 pound batch in teaspoons. Threw all that data into a spreadsheet to figure out, okay, this recipe uses this ingredient and this one doesn't. You'll see here on the screen what I did. And basically what I used this for was to determine trends. You know, what's the base set of ingredients that goes into every breakfast sausage recipe. So what were the results of this spreadsheet magic that I did here? The base recipe, the most common ingredients that fall into the majority of all the recipes that I analyzed: 1.5 teaspoons of sage, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and another 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And that's like the top, how many is that? The top 7 ingredients that are most commonly used in the 12 recipes that I found. So that's going to be my base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split this pork off into, I'm pretty sure I have enough here to make 5 single 1 pound portions. And then I'm going to add my base, and I'm going to add my base to every single one of these. So that's going to be our starting point. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to keep 1 plain as the base, and then the other 4 are going to be the experiment. That's when I'm going to take other ingredients that were listed in these recipes that weren't as common and start adding them. So, and one of them we're going to add maple syrup. Another one we're going to add coriander. Another one we're going to add paprika. And on the last one we're going to add rosemary. And so those are the 5 different recipes that we're going to do today. And it all starts with my base, which is this set of ingredients here. So I'm going to start with getting this weighed out into 5 equal portions. All right, so we got all the meat weighed out. Every single one is 1 pound portion of ground pork. As I was assembling my list here, I realized one of the things that was on my list that I didn't tell you about for the base. So this is the base set of ingredients that's going to go in every single batch, was 3/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I neglected to say that off my list the first time. So down in the description of this video will be a full listing of both the base and then the quantities of every single addition that I did for the other experiments. So if you want to try this at home, all that information will be down below for you. So we're going to start off with some measuring. Every single one of these I have to measure 5 times because these are the base ingredients, and I need 1.5 teaspoons of sage. And I probably need something to catch the... One teaspoon. I will come back to you guys as soon as I'm done adding all of these ingredients, because this is going to take me a little while. Especially with things like this sage, it doesn't really want to pour out very smoothly, and I keep making a big mess. So, all right, a lot of measuring is done. This bowl contains just our base ingredients, the most common ingredients that were found in all of the recipes. The rest of them also contain the base. This one adds paprika. This one here rosemary. This one adds coriander. This one added maple syrup. Next step in this process, I'm going to get all these mixed up as well as I can by hand, and then I'm going to run each one through our grinder. This time I'm going to use the fine grind plate instead of the coarse. Get them all ground up, and then it's time to cook some up, and we'll try them all and we'll see which one we like the best. I don't know how different they're all going to be. Some of the ingredients that we added, the extra add-on ingredients were small, so it might not make a huge difference, but I'm hoping I can taste something different with each of these. So I'll get to mixing, we get to grinding, and we'll come back and cook. Alright, so they have all been ground. I mixed them up by hand as well as I could, and then ran every single batch through the grinder once. Next step is going to be to cook them all. We'll make up like one patty from each. We'll bring Rachel in, we'll let her test them, and I'll test them too, and we'll tell you guys what we think and which one we like and which one we don't like, if any.
I'm ready.
Our house smells good.
It does smell really good.
I've been hungry for dinner. It's like 6 o'clock in the evening. I've been doing this since I got home from work. So when we're done, we're making eggs and we're going to eat breakfast for dinner. All 5 batches have been cooked plain with paprika, rosemary, coriander, and maple added. So the base isn't everything. These 4 have something added. You want to start with this one?
Sure.
I got your fork.
Oh, okay. Nice. Tastes like Bob Evans sausage.
Yeah.
Almost exactly.
Yeah, oh,
Just
there
like,
comes the spiciness at the end. Do you get it?
Not too much.
This one has paprika added. Probably going to be subtle because it was a really small amount, but...
I like it though. I can taste the subtle.
So this one has rosemary added.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to like this just because I'm not a big rosemary fan. But
I like it.
I mean, yeah, it's got a rosemary flavor. Not
It's
too
subtle.
much. It's very subtle.
Yeah, it's a little more herby.
Yeah, it's a more herby taste. And now coriander.
Yep, coriander this time.
I think this one's gonna be good. I like it.
A little earthier.
Yeah.
Did you already take a bite of that one?
Yeah, I knew that one was gonna be my
This
favorite.
one has maple syrup.
Maple.
And you already tasted it, so what do you think?
I'm not gonna tell. Good.
It's not super mapley, it's subtle.
It reminds me of back in the day McDonald's sausage patties with when you'd get the pancakes and the sausage patties.
Yeah, like when you were a little kid?
Yeah. But I really think the first one's my favorite.
Do you?
I do. Just the plain old plain. First one. So my picks would be number 1, plain base recipe, maple, paprika, coriander, rosemary.
These 3 for sure. Ones with more flavor. I like the rosemary. I don't mind rosemary at all. The coriander one is really earthy. And the maple one does have a hint of sweetness, but I think you could almost bump it up another teaspoon maybe or so, just to sweeten it up a little more, so that when you eat that maple syrup, it's the maple sausage, you really taste the maple. This one's subtle. I think I could be okay with adding a little more.
Okay.
The paprika one, I didn't taste any difference between the paprika and the plain. I know paprika doesn't have a lot of flavoring.
Here's our takes. So which one do you think, if any of them you would make again, which one would you make again? You can't say the rosemary.
This one and this one?
Yeah. Those two?
Or a combination of the two.
Yeah. Like put the coriander in the maple.
The coriander and the maple, and maybe add another teaspoon of maple to it. That might make for a
really hearty, flavorful
Yeah.
sausage. So I just want to say, for somebody who's not a big sausage fan, I love this way better than like store-bought sausage.
Yeah. I'm still tasting the
Spice?
spiciness. I think it's the cayenne pepper
Yeah, probably.
on my tongue. And it does have red pepper flakes in it too, so it's one of those two things. But I think it's time to
Really
eat. We're going to cook up some eggs and we're going to have our dinner, and then I'm going to get working on cleaning up the kitchen. We're also going to take all of this and portion this down probably into patties and toss them in the freezer. We'll label them which one was which, or we could just combine it all together and just say it is what it is. For the sake of the experiment, I wanted to keep things separate. I wanted to try it. I hope you guys understood my crazy spreadsheet that I showed you guys earlier. And all of the ingredients, like I said before, the base recipe and then the quantity of every additive that I did along the way will all be down in the description for you guys. And I think it's a hit.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
And it's so much cheaper.
So much cheaper. And I think we finally found a recipe that we like.
Absolutely. Yep. So let's go. Let's eat.
So
Stop
let's eat.
talking.
All right, guys, if you got any suggestions, if there's recipes that are secret ingredients that your family has or that you love, send it to me. Post it down in the comments below. Once we go through all this sausage, I'm going to need to make more. I can do another experiment. We can.
Yeah.
Marjoram was one of the ingredients that I came across some people use. Cardamom, although that one was only, out of all the 12 recipes, I think that was only in one. So it was a low population on my spreadsheet. So leave some comments down below. Tell me what you guys think would be good.